Now, 30 minutes you'll wish you could get back later. The Nice Guys on Business.
There's going to be an event at the White House on the 4th of July to celebrate the 250th anniversary. And the staging for the UFC fight that's going to be there is coming along very nicely at the White House.
Oh, I don't have anything big planned. Just a giant blow-up party with all the Barbies and planned choreography and a bespoke song. And if there's time, we may even listen to those two fuckwads from the Nice Guys on Business podcast.
Most days, they take their meds. This is not one of those days. Welcome to Fuckery with the Nice Guys. No interviews, no business content. Just your two favorite slack-jawed mouth breathers ranting about whatever. Now, strap yourselves in for Nice Guys Fuckery with the kings of fuckery, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
On to Vegas tomorrow. So, but I'm going to put it on the old calendar for next week, perhaps. Maybe I can look into it more.
Yeah, we always are, when in doubt, we just kick the can down the road.
Exactly. Wait till next week.
Wait till next week. It's Nice Guy community. Whenever we said last week about this week, maybe doing the live stream using Riverside, we've done absolutely nothing with that.
Where is my software here? Doug is looking at me like I'm Wilson from Home Improvement. He's seeing the top of my head, and that's it, like over the fence.
I've interviewed some let's just call them guests in their twilight of their life. And especially like when I talk to my mom on the phone. And she's like this. she's like, hey, what's going on? And for everybody that can't see this, which is everybody
since we're not going to be posting the video.
Literally, I'm just posting the quarter bald spot on my head. Mm-hmm. on my head.
Yeah, that's basically it. Yeah.
Speaking of which, JJ gave me a haircut the other day, and she has saved me tons of money in my hair cuttery bill. Even hair cuttery adds up over the course of the year. You still spend $150. And she's been doing my hair cutting, and I've noticed that even though my hair grows just as long, it's not as thick and luxurious as it used to be.
Yeah, I was going to say, what you're saving on haircuts, you may want to invest in Rogaine. Just a suggestion.
I know. I remember when my stepbrother Richard, he finally just decided he wasn't going to let his hair grow longer because he just looked like a guy that was struggling too much to avoid baldness. Mm-hmm. And it's like, while I don't know that I will ever lose all of my hair and be completely bald, it's certainly like right in this little area right here, this front little zone. Mm-hmm. And then the same thing in the back, that back little zone. So I guess that is called male pattern baldness going on.
That is it. Exactly. That is exactly what it's called. Yep.
And you know what my feeling is about male pattern baldness? Fuck it. I don't care. I literally will go to the supermarket in my pajamas.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the kind of town that it doesn't really matter what you look like. It only matters what your vibe is.
Yeah. I will often get, when I go to get my hair cut, they're like, you got a lot of hair. Like, because it's not like I wait a really long time, but I do still wear it a little long, like long-ish, but it is still quite thick. And when I hear that, I'm like, thank you very much. I am not going to complain because I'm seeing a lot of my friends going gray and bald, and I'm like, I'm good with it.
I think I recall, didn't you used to go to like Sports Clips or one of the places where they give you a haircut and a massage at the same time?
I found in Maryland, I had one for a couple of months that I was like, yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. But then I was like, I don't even remember why I stopped going. But I am totally like a Great Clips. Was it cost $15, $17? I get whoever I happen to walk in and get. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't get anything for $15 or $17 here. I'm lucky if I walk into a hair cutter, like a barber, and it's less than $25, it would be crazy. So I just said to JJ, it's number 15 on the clippers. Just go ahead and do the whole hair at number 15.
The shit.
And what we have to do is we have to backdate any events that we have going on. So we're going to Italy next month, and she wants my hair to be, because we're going to take a bunch of photos while we're over there, as we always do. and she likes to remember me in hair that's shorter, but not too short. So she'll backdate it usually about 4 to 6 weeks from any of important things that we're doing, and then just go ahead and take the clippers to my head.
So, in other words, instead of saying, hey, let's get a haircut right before we go so it's nice and clean and neat, it's let's wait as long as we possibly can to cut the hair.
But let's backdate it so that timing-wise, we don't want it to look too shaggy, but we also don't want it to look too short. And so what we'll do is, like, maybe a week before we go out of town, she'll then go back through and just do the clippers on my neck. We have a system down. It's really a good system.
Nice.
Hey, look, if it's a system that saves me, $200-$300 a year, I like the system.
Yeah, I love it.
We'll put it into play. Hey, why don't you welcome everybody into the podcast so that we don't forget that, because I do have, actually, I don't have anything specific that I want to talk about other than selling some trucks. That's what I want to talk about.
Well, welcome back. My name is Strickland Bond. On the other side of the microphone, Mr. Doug Sandler. Looking into our folder, our voicemail folder, I don't see any new voicemails.
Perfect. Okay. Well, that does not preclude us from being able to talk about the subjects that we have come to the table with. So I don't think as of the episode last week that I had made any truck sales. Is that correct?
I think you were close.
Close. Okay. So a woman comes out. She responds to my ad on Facebook Marketplace. She comes out, and I had Kermit the Beast for sale, and I dropped it below what I had paid on all the repairs and everything, because I really would like to use the money to put into Sunny, the new truck that is sitting on the driveway that I got quite a deal on, and I'm gladly fixing that up. But 4 trucks in inventory is probably 2 trucks too many, I think. Mm-hmm. So one running truck and one project truck is always is really a good pace for me. So she came out, responded to the ad on Marketplace. She took a drive in Kermit the Beast, and she's about 4'11". So, and she's driving the biggest truck that Ford made, consumer truck that Ford made in the early 1970s. She's like, "Oh, I love this truck. It's just it's so big though." And she's literally like slumping down in the seat to press the accelerator pedal. And I said, "Well, it's a bench seat, so it all moves up together. So if you move up, my 6'4" frame will not be able to fit in the truck with you at the same time. No problem. You can go for a drive on your own." She goes, "No, you know what? I really like this truck. Whose truck is that one?" And she's pointing right behind the Kermit the Beast, and she's pointing right at Minty Fresh. And I'm like, "Oh, that's the truck I did all that work on." all that work on. And she said, "How much is that one?" I said, "Well, I hadn't really considered selling that truck." And then I just blurted out a price that was about $2,000 or $3,000 more than I thought she would ever consider paying for the truck. The next words out of her mouth were, "I'll take it."
Like no negotiating.
No. I told her, I said already, there's I'm not negotiating. I'm not, and not because I was being mean, but because this is what I have in the trucks, and this is what the trucks, the value of it. I had Kermit on sale for $16,500, and I ended up dropping it to $11,500. So I'm actually kind of glad.
Oh my gosh, you had it at 16 and you dropped it to 11?
I wanted to sell it, even at a loss. I wanted to sell it because it was just going to sit, and I literally have driven 400 miles since December. I'm like, it's not doing me any good. I just want to sell it. So I come in from that negotiation. She's like, "I'm going to go to the bank. I'm going to write a check or whatever." And I'm like, "Okay, that's cool. Come on back tomorrow, and we'll complete the deal." So I come back into the house, and there was a message from somebody else that said, "Hey, I want to come look at Kermit." And that's the one that she didn't want because it was too big for her. So she drives. He comes over that day. He drives in the truck. By the way, she is an Ojai resident. The plan is to keep the truck in town, which is great because she wants to get feed for her goats. She wants to do her farming. She wants hardware store trips. I mean, that kind of stuff. Really easy
feed for her goats.
That's a pretty typical comment here in Ojai. Somebody will say, "I've got to go get the goats so that we can cut the grass," because they don't use grass cutters; they use goat cutters.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, Ronnie, the guy, comes out to look at Kermit, and within 5 minutes, he's like, "Oh my God, I really want this truck. I really want this truck." So he's made a deal with me 5 minutes into it. And again, same thing, no negotiating with that because I was already underwater on it. And I'm like, this is the price. If you want it, great. And if you don't, totally cool. That no problem at all. Somebody else will want it. As we are driving the truck with still the for sale sign up, he pulled over to the side of the road. He's like looking at things inside the truck. And a guy pulls up next to him and says, "Hey, have you sold the truck yet? I'm interested in the truck."
My God, really?
All in one day. Something
like you couldn't pay somebody to do that to create some urgency. Yeah.
And I didn't want to sound like a dick to Ronnie, the guy that was in the driver's seat test driving the car. I said, "I believe he's committed to the car, so no, the car is not available." And at that time, I had already known that Minty was going to be sold to the woman. So I didn't think to say to the guy, "Hey, just give me your number. Text it to the number that's on the for sale sign."
Right, sure, yeah.
Because I'm always working on trucks. I didn't think to say that because I was just thinking I can't be a dick to Ronnie as he's test driving the car. Nope, sorry, it's not for sale. He's committed to it. So Ronnie, he comes back. He says, "Okay, I'm going to bring you a check tomorrow," which he did. He brought me a check tomorrow, which was a couple of days ago. I get a text from the guy that passed us, and he said, "Do you have any more trucks?"
No way.
So I said, "I do. I'm working on one right now." He said, You mean you're the one that restores them?" I said, "Yeah, I really like to take these junkyard dogs and I like to make them, gems and I'm happy to work a deal into whatever you want with this truck." It's about 2 or 3 months away from being finished. He's like, "Great." He said, "I'm putting the funds together. I want to pay cash for it. I'll reach out to you, or you can reach out to me when the truck is done and I'll come take a look. I'm really looking though for a manual transmission." And I said, "Funny you should say that. This new truck Sunny is a manual transmission. It's a 3-speed." So I may have sold 3 trucks all in one day, which was great. So
dude, that's amazing.
It's a little sad, but it's bittersweet. I have a really large bank account in my truck fund right now, but I have a very short inventory on my driveway. So anyway, I'm fixing up this other truck, Sunny, and hopefully that will be done in the next 60 days or so. It's coming together really well. Rust is all taken out. I'm working on the interior now. Next will be the engine and transmission, and then we'll see what I can get for this. I've put about $2,000 into the sale of it. So I bought it for $2,000. I've put about $500 into it. If I get away with it properly, I'll probably put another $2,000 or $3,000 into it. So $6,000. I'm hoping I can sell it for $11,000 or $12,000. Now that would be a traditional car flip, but a good car flip. Really doing the right work.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds very exciting. Nothing that I would ever want to do or fucking think about, but sounds exciting for you.
So I forget who said it to me. He said, "Well, so you've put, let's say, $12,000 into a truck that you've sold for $9,000. You lost $3,000, and you did not even account for any of your time." Right?
Right, exactly.
I said,
yeah.
"I only put like 200 hours into it." So that's like nothing into these trucks. Okay. Do you have anything you want to talk about? I don't want to just keep stepping on subjects here. Or
I really, honestly, I don't think I have anything.
Okay.
I'm on my way to Vegas tomorrow morning.
Okay, well, we can talk about that before I get into my next subject, which I'm sure will bring out incredulous Strickland. So talk about your trip to Vegas. What's going on?
This is Vera's like graduation present, basically, right? And because she graduated a couple weeks ago, and we're flying out tomorrow bright and early in the morning. We have a 6 a.m. flight.
Oh, by the way, nice guy community from high school. Strickland really likes them young.
Wow.
Anyway, I could have said grammar school, but that would have been really bad.
Well, we're going to see Donny Osmond.
What?
Yeah.
Nice.
I didn't tell you that?
No.
Not only are we seeing Donny Osmond, which we actually saw. Okay, I think I might have talked about this before. So, Donny Osmond's been at a show in Vegas for fucking years, 10, 15 years or more, right? And you know me. I mean, I go to Vegas a couple times a year, and I've seen many, 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 many shows there.
Yep.
It was originally Donnie and Marie up until 2 or 3 or 4 years ago. Donnie and Marie.
Yeah.
And then Marie left and Donnie continued on.
What was that show that we saw that was it was in like a saloon. We sat like
Atomic Saloon. That was fun. And we were practically on the stage. We were basically behind the stage.
That was great. That was our last turnkey trip to Las Vegas. That was a fun
It was
show.
a very fun show. Very fun.
And that was a fun show. Okay. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. So Marie's gone. Donnie is he alone? Is he flying solo or is he with Cher?
No, it's just Donnie.
David Cassidy. It's with David Cassidy. No,
David Cassidy. When
no.
I mean, that was the same era. They were both popular in the early 70s, but they weren't in the same band together.
It's Donnie and Mickey Dolenz, right? I'm sure of it.
Mickey Dolenz is actually the last living monkey.
They've all died?
All the other three are dead. Yeah.
What the fuck? They're not even that old. This was a show in the 60s. For those of you that don't understand what the Monkees is, ask your parents.
I think it started in 65 or 66. So they would have been 20 years old. So they're 20 years older than us, basically.
Oh, really? Okay. So, well, even so, that still just puts them at 80. They must have had a really challenge. Is there life after the Monkees? Apparently only a little bit, only a quarter.
Apparently not much. Not much. So I would always see these ads like Donnie, voted best show in Vegas. And I'm like, fucking Donnie Osmond? Really? Whatever. Well, right. I didn't realize Vera is a big Donnie Osmond fan, like really big fan. It's always been on her bucket list to see him perform.
Well, has she ever did she play her music while in the car with you? I mean, you were surprised. It sounds like you were surprised. If I were to say to you, hey, look, I know Strickland is a really big fan of the Eagles or Guns N' Roses. I wouldn't be surprised because I hear you playing those or singing those songs all the time, but I've never heard her mention Donny Osmond ever.
Well, and also, like a more mainstream act, right? Like if I said I'm a huge fan of Crack the Sky.
Right.
Most people would be like, who the hell are they? If you live outside of Baltimore, you don't know who Crack the Sky is.
Right.
Or let's say Sean Cassidy, right? Somebody that Rick Springfield, right?
Okay.
That would be unusual, even though it's a name you know, Jesse's Girl is the only song you know, right? Donny Osmond, I know like fucking Puppy Love when he was 5 years old, and Soldier of Love in the 80s was a hit of his, right? Yeah. So anyway, she mentioned that like a year and a half ago when we were earlier on, we were dating. And so I'm like, you know what? I've never really wanted to go see Donny Osmond, but he does play in Vegas. We go to Vegas a couple times a year. So a year ago, surprised her with Donny Osmond tickets, and we went to see him live. And I got to tell you, I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
He was fucking brilliant.
Really?
He was so goddamn good.
Now, is he playing tracks or is he got a band?
So he has a full live band.
Oh my gosh.
He has like 8 dancers. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
He comes out.
How old is Donny Osmond? He's like 10 years older than us, right?
No.
Our age?
You should look it up. What is it? I don't. You look it up while I'm telling the story because I think he's close to our age.
Okay.
Because wasn't the Osmond Brothers show on in like 1970, and he was like 5 or 6 years old?
He's 68, so he's 8 years older. 8 years older than you.
Maybe he was 10 when that show. Whatever. Anyway,
they happened at the same time. Like the Osmond show, I think came on the air right after, if I remember correctly, right after the Jackson 5 show, right?
Yeah, it was around the same time, but the Jackson 5 was an animated show, right? And the Osmonds, didn't they have an animated show too?
I thought, hold on, who?
I think you're right. I was thinking of the variety show that they had.
First. Okay. Donny Osmond, as part of the Osmond Brothers, was on television first. The Osmond Brothers made their national television debut in December of '62. The Jackson 5 didn't make their debut until the Ed Sullivan Show in 1969.
Really?
Wow.
Okay. Interesting.
Who introduced the Jackson 5 on TV?
Because I always thought One Bad Apple, which was like the Osmond Brothers' big hit, I thought it was just a ripoff of ABC from the Jackson 5. But maybe it came out earlier.
I don't know.
Okay, anyway.
Okay, anyhow, so
he comes out, and the first song he does is Soldier of Love, which was actually like a pop hit in the late 80s, early 90s. I mean, it was a hit for him. And I'm thinking, dude, the very first song you play like your big hit, the one big hit. I'm like, that's bold. Like, okay.
Right.
And he's got his dancers and he's doing his thing and he's hip. And I'm like, okay. And then he disappears. And then this dancer comes out in like a ninja outfit, right? And I'm hearing the music from Mulan. And I'm like, what's going on? And it was the what was the commander's guy, right? I want is one, and they sent me sons.
I was singing Moulin Rouge. What's the difference between Mulan and Moulin Rouge?
Mulan, the Disney show.
Oh,
the Disney
shit. I've never
animated.
My kids are older now. I know your kids still like Disney and stuff.
Oh, Be a Man. That's the song. Be a man. Da, 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 da. And I'm hearing that. I'm like, what's going on? Right. And this dancer's got like the stick, right? And like she's doing the dance. And Donny Osmond comes out and he starts singing this. He was the voice from Mulan.
Oh, did not know that.
I did not know that either. He was the commander in Mulan. And I'm like, dude, and he's singing his ass off. And all of the dancers, they've basically got their ninja outfits, and the one main dancer comes out and is like during the musical part is fighting off the other dancers. And it's like really good. And he's singing, and Vera's looking at me like, yeah, you didn't know that? I'm like, I knew that. I'm like, okay. I'm like, this is pretty cool, right? They do that whole song. And then they go back off stage and do a costume change again. And Donnie comes out and he's like, hey, I've been around for a lot of years and you may not know this, but I've released 60 albums.
Holy shit.
And I was like, what the fuck?
60 albums?
And so I said, and some of you may have missed some of the things I've done. So I've put together a little song to kind of walk through what I've been doing for all these years. And they play like this kind of hip hop backbeat, right? And it's a full band, live band, right?
Right.
He does this 10-minute rap of like all the stuff he's done. And there's like a video screen showing like the clips and it was cool. Entertaining as shit.
Nice.
He was so fucking good. And I was blown away by all the stuff that he's done for years. And then he does another song or two, and then he does a segment where he says, hey, I mentioned, I've done 60 albums, right? I've done a lot of songs. And so this is a segment where you guys get to request songs. Whoa. Like any song that you want to hear from any of my 60 albums, just yell it out and we're going to play it on the spot. Wow. I was like, oh shit. Right. So people started throwing requests out and he's like, he calls it and the band like starts playing it and they play basically like a verse and a chorus of the song.
Right.
That one, it sounded like they were doing a little bit with tracks, which look, I gotta tell you, if you've got 60 fucking albums, right? Which means you got what, like 400 or 500 songs. Like the band leader, when he would call it, I'd see the band leader pull something up on an iPad.
Right.
Like it would probably be like, the chord progression and stuff. And I think he may be pulling up like a piece of a backup track.
Right.
Look, I give him that. Like, there's no way you can have 400 fucking songs on call.
No,
but the band was really playing along. Like they're kind of, okay, like, and it was really goddamn good. It was really fucking good. And
that's amazing. So how many songs make up 60 albums? So it's got to be,
most albums have 8 to 12 songs.
Right. Okay.
More.
So let's say 10. So 600 songs. So
right.
You've got to be at the ready. Pretty much.
Right. You got to have a lot of shit ready.
Yeah. That's a good.
And I'm actually surprised I haven't told this story because he did this, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. Right. And this was in May, I think we were saying it, or June. And so Vera throws her hand up. And she's like, we were in like the 3rd row, kind of close to the side, and there's little wings off the side of the stage, right? So we were like maybe 4 seats from one of these wings. So relatively close, right?
Okay.
Vera puts her hand up, and Donnie calls on her, right? And he walks over to the side, like he's on the wing. So he's like looking right down on us, probably like, I don't know, 6 feet away, right? And she's like flabbergasted. Like she doesn't know what to say. She didn't think she was going to call on her, right? And he was like, so what do you want to hear? And he's like, she says, can you play something from one of your Christmas albums? And he was like, okay, for those of you that don't know, I do have 3 Christmas albums out, but it's June. You want to hear, it's 90 degrees outside. You want to hear a Christmas song? And she was like, well, I love Christmas and you're one of my favorite things. He laughs and he looks over at the bandleader and he goes, oh, I'm a favorite thing now. How great is that? I'm a favorite thing. And he was like, well, you know, what song do you want to hear? And she's like, whatever you want, you choose. Like, because she's like, she didn't know what to pick, right?
Right.
And so he picks this song, and I can't remember the song now. But it was an obscure one. It wasn't, it was a Christmas song I've never heard of at all. And I've heard a lot of Christmas songs before. And the song he picked was her father's favorite Christmas song. And you know, he passed away 6 years ago.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Wow.
And again, an obscure, weird Christmas song.
Yeah.
And like he is on the side and like looking right at her and singing this like right to her. It was very intense, very emotional.
Strickland is getting emotional.
Really I am. I'm getting a little teary up thinking about it because it was really intense. And she was like, and she was right there and she was crying, right? And I didn't know why at the time. She told me after.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was very intense.
How great is that? Well, Donny Osmond has certainly got a place in Vera's heart, and sounds like you enjoyed it enough to want to go back again. Now, will you think it's going to be the same show?
I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same or a similar show, other than, you know, the call out, right?
Right.
But the reason we're going back, he also does a one-on-one meet and greet before the show, where it's like, I don't know, I think it's maybe 30, 40 people, basically. And it's just him in a room, and I think he's got his musical director with him. Right. And he just sits and like answers questions and shoots the shit and, you know, sings some songs if you want to hear something. And then you get a picture, like everybody gets a one-on-one picture with him. So for her graduation, I got her that.
Now, does she know that or not yet?
She does know that. I
got it.
I gave her that for her birthday. And so we're very excited about that. So Thursday, which is tomorrow, or yesterday for people who are listening to this, we're doing the meet and greet and then going to see the show. So it's very exciting stuff.
That is great. Well, if you get a chance, maybe you can play that as your album. You can put that up as your episode art. it's gonna be
fun. Picture of us. That's a good idea. Yeah.
Donny and Vera and who's that guy way in the background? Oh, that's Strickland. We don't have to worry about him.
We'll post it in the Facebook group. So if you're not a member of the Facebook group, go to niceshortcut.com, click the link, and just answer a couple of questions, and we will get you right into the group, and you can see that picture.
Well, you are going to have a blast. I'm excited for you guys to be able to do that and have some fun.
I am too.
Okay, let's talk about world events for just a moment, if we would please, because I understand that on Saturday, I believe that I had heard that there was that we are close, very close, so close, closer than we have ever been to a deal. Now, a deal.
On anything in particular there, Doug?
Well, I'm just talking about between Iran and the United States.
A deal to end the war.
Well, I don't think that was actually what it was. It was
really? Okay.
A deal. I mean, I'm listening to the Daily, and then I'm following up with the Journal. So I'm listening to, of course, completely corrupt and biased,
fake news.
And I think, what did he call it? He called it what is it when you're a traitor? What is it called when you I can't remember what he called the guy from the New York Times, but he called it right as he's sitting there with the guy from the New York Times who's asking questions in the pool. He goes, "You're a shit. What is it when you're a traitor to the United States?" Hold on, I gotta think of other words. Hold on a second.
But it's not traitor. It's
other words other than traitor. Okay, it was turncoat, renegade, deserter. No. Shit, I can't remember. But it was basically it's false. What you're saying is lies, and you should be like put in jail for what you're saying. You're so wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes, well, you said you were close to a deal. I don't understand what deal. All we're trying to do right now is get back to status quo. We're just trying to get so that oil can come and go, and that goods can come and go through the Strait of Hormuz.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, we're close to a deal right now. He goes, well, does that mean that you're close to ending the war? We're close to a deal.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't exactly be specific about it. And
now this was, by the way, this was last Saturday. So now that is 5 days ago now.
Right. So on Sunday, I believe that the U.S. had some what they called retaliatory strikes of Iran because they were sending missiles against the U.S. trying to protect whatever it was that was going on in the Straits or somewhere over there.
I heard the term defensive attacks. Like, what the fuck is that? What kind of oxymoron is that? A defensive attack?
I don't know. Other than just it's what is it called when you get put in jail for being against the United States?
Not a traitor.
Right. That's the other word.
I don't fucking know what it is. I don't know.
Okay, hold on. What's it called when you share secrets about the U.S. government? It is called espionage, unauthorized disclosure, not espionage. Oh, fuck it, whatever. God, so I had all this queued up in my brain. I'm listening to the Daily, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this shit is actually going down right now. It's like, okay, so we have a deal, we don't have a deal. Other than, hey, look, when we had a deal, the stock market went up like 8% in those 4 days that we had a deal. And it was really good. And then we don't have a deal, and then my stocks kind of dive. It's like, what the fuck? And then I go to get gas, and it's like $6.50 a gallon. Then we have a deal. Okay, it's $6.10 a gallon. Is it ever going to be back to normal? Thank God. I'm thinking. I mean, I pray to God that I'm thinking normal. $4.80 a gallon. That's normal for me. I want $2. I want to go back to 99 cents a gallon. Is that ever going to happen again?
Fuck no. I was thinking the other day, and we brought this up. I think when the second Trump election was going on, and out of, what was it, 46 people that were in his original cabinet, right. I think 42 of them not only didn't endorse him, 42 of them were basically like, oh no, he's horrible. You do not want him to be president again. And I was trying to think, let's think about other presidents, right? Like Obama, who he likes to dig on, and Clinton, and either of the Bushes, right? Can you think of, after the fact, after they were out of office, anybody that was in their cabinet that worked with them directly who said, he wasn't good. He was dangerous. He was bad. And I don't think he should be in politics anymore. Said anything bad about them. Not one. But fucking Trump leaves, and literally 95% of the people who worked the closest to him fucking worked with him every day. They were his fucking friends. Because he said, I want you in my cabinet. 90+% of them said, don't put him back in fucking office. How the fuck did we reelect this guy?
Okay, I got it now. Trump told Times reporter David Sanger that his reporting on the total military victory in Iran was sort of treasonous. Treasonous was the word, for casting doubt on the administration's claims. During a press conference, Trump cited failing status and declining circulation as evidence that the Times operates on past reputation rather than accurate reporting. Trump frequently labels the paper as fake news, alleging the reporters for the Times do not write the truth about his military and foreign policy successes, specifically regarding Iran. Yeah, there it is. The recent tension stems from Times coverage questioning the success of U.S. military strikes against Iran and the status of potential peace deal. Well, if there's peace, isn't it like the proof is actually right in front of you? I mean, isn't that the reality of it? Look, if you've made any headway, wouldn't we have ships coming and going out of the strait? Mm-hmm. If we actually had a deal, wouldn't we not be bombing and doing retaliatory defensive bombing? If we had a deal, wouldn't our gas prices be going down? I mean, it seems like that would be the obvious stuff that I would be looking at.
Yeah, and you know what would make it all even better? If we had never fucking gone in the first place, because they were not in threatening to have a nuclear bomb in the next fucking 2 weeks. Nobody actually believed that except Netanyahu, and Trump decided to listen to him. And it's so fucking ridiculous. If we have anybody who still stands behind Trump, and I know we've said this 100 fucking times, call in. Like, I don't think that anybody's actually going to call in, but all I ask is turn on something that's not Fox News just for an hour or two. Okay. I'm not saying that you've got to believe everything you hear from the fucking fake news right-wing media. Okay. But find a news station that's not Fox and not America First. And like, to say that CBS, NBC, and ABC are all fake news when they've been around for 100 fucking years is ridiculous. Okay. Just watch them for an hour or two and try to believe that they're not just outright lying. I mean, if you say something that Trump doesn't like, he'll sue the fuck out of you. But when people are like, you're a pedophile, why doesn't he sue? Because then there would be discovery and the truth might come out. I mean, it's so fucking ridiculous. It's just insane. It's crazy where our country is right now, but this is not a political podcast. So.
Well, we're still there. We are still there. Mm-hmm. I don't think that I can't see the writing on the wall that shows that we are actually not going to be there for any period of time. And I guess, again, just the evidence is the actions that we are taking. We're still there. There's still violence that's going on. There's still high prices at the gas tank. There's still blockade and defense that Iran is placing on the straits. We're creating a blockade for them. So it's like, at some point, somebody's going to say, this is enough. This is enough. We've got to figure out another way around this. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I certainly know that I could do it just as well as he's doing right now.
Well, there's two bits of good news. The first bit of good news is that there are members of the Trump family who were smart enough to invest in military contracts. I mean, who could have thunk? Who would have known? Who could have predicted that we were going to go to war with Iran, and that somebody should invest in like a drone company that makes, you know, military drones and other military contracts. Well, apparently his kids knew this. Magical. How could they possibly have known that? That's a good thing that they're making millions and hundreds of millions of dollars on their investments in that. And the second thing is there's going to be an event at the White House on the 4th of July to celebrate the 250th anniversary. And the staging for the UFC fight that's going to be there is coming along very nicely at the White House. nicely.
The silver lining, if there is one in all of this, is because of the hostilities going on over in the Middle East. Trump was called back from his weekend that he was going to be spending in northern New Jersey. He is missing Donald Jr.'s wedding as a result of it.
I had heard actually that Donald Jr.'s wedding was in the Bahamas.
Oh, yeah, right. Sorry. He was going to start, I believe, by going to play golf somewhere in northern New Jersey and then going to the wedding.
Oh, that was the plan?
I don't know. I don't know.
And of course, what he said to the public was, I'm so busy with this war. It's very inconvenient that my son is getting married because I can't go. I'm too busy with the war and everything else. But somebody pointed out that since the wedding was in the Bahamas, they actually don't allow adjudicated rapists to fly in. So it's very possible that he was not allowed to fly into the country.
Maybe. I did not know that. I didn't hear any of that. I did not know that.
Also, do you know who his son married?
No, I have no idea. Who?
The daughter of the accountant of Jeffrey Epstein.
The daughter of
Jeffrey Epstein's accountant's daughter.
Well, that's like 6 removed. I mean, does it? I mean, any connection? So are you saying? I'm just being defensive here for a second, playing devil's advocate. Because there was a connection with Jeffrey Epstein at all, does that further, in your mind, put him in a position that he did something wrong?
There's a joke. There's a line in a movie called The Lucky Number Slevin.
Yeah,
which is a very weird, random movie, but it's very funny.
The Lucky Number Slevin.
Slevin, yeah.
Like 7-Eleven, Slevin.
Slevin. I don't even remember why it's Slevin versus 7. But there's a guy that many people keep mistaking for someone else in the movie, and that's a part of what drives the movie along. They keep mistaking this guy for another specific person. And at one point, one of the guys, one of the main characters in the movie says, the first time somebody says you look like a horse, you punch him in the face. The second time someone says you look like a horse, you yell at him. The third time, the third different person who says you look like a horse, maybe it's time to go shopping for a saddle. So my point is, if there's some connection to Jeffrey Epstein's daughter's accountant and there was no other connection or no other mention, I wouldn't say anything. But the fact that Donald Trump's name is mentioned in the Epstein files more than Harry Potter's name is in the entire Harry Potter series, maybe we ought to go shopping for a saddle or an indictment.
I remember, now this has to be, do you remember the name Jeffrey Levitt? You remember that name?
No.
So Jeffrey Levitt was the president and CEO of Old Court Savings and Loan in Baltimore, and that was in the collapse era of I think it was probably in either the 80s or the 90s, somewhere in there, the first collapse of whatever the savings and loan industry. I can remember sitting in Miller's Delicatessen with my mom and at the time my grandmother Bootsy, and having a conversation with my mom about the whole debacle, how Jeffrey Levitt deserved to go to jail, and that whatever punishment that he has coming to him, he lost tens of millions of dollars for the people that were in his bank. And sitting at the table right next to us was Jeffrey Levitt's wife.
Whoa, you're kidding.
Carol Levitt. Now, I did not know Carol Levitt,
that's
although
crazy.
we went to high school with the son. I can't remember the son's name for the life of me. But anyway, Carol Levitt was sitting next to us in the restaurant, and we had made a comment like, whatever happens to him, he deserves it. And I just remember her saying, he was a good man.
Wow.
He was a good, and all I kept thinking was, oh my God, as bad as he was, I still felt embarrassed that I said anything or that we were having this conversation with Carol sitting right next to us, but I didn't know who she was.
Wow.
I think that she ended up, I don't remember. Let's see, Jeffrey Levitt, when did he die? Hold on a second. Let's see. Jeffrey Levitt, Baltimore, death, savings, and loan. Let's put all those things together.
Mm-hmm.
Jeffrey Levitt stole $15 million. The president of Baltimore-based Old Court Savings and Loan, which collapsed in 1985. He pleaded guilty in 86. He served over 7 years before being paroled. When did he die? Parole. I don't see where he died. It was not soon enough, though. It was not. While Levitt was incarcerated, his wife, Carol Levitt, passed away. Oh, she died in 89.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm getting the story wrong. Maybe I spoke about him and she was, and I can't remember. I can't remember.
You're getting yourself very confused now.
I was anyway, all the 7 degrees of separation from Jeffrey Epstein. I don't know that I would say that there's any guilt associated with Donald Trump because his son is marrying the daughter of the accountant of Epstein. Although you probably want to keep as far distance from everything as you possibly can. The Madoffs. Could you imagine being at all related to any Madoff that is out there?
Ooh, wow. Yeah, that would be bad.
I mean, if your last name was Madoff, would you change your last name? I believe I would legally change my name if my last name was Madoff.
Oh God, yeah, totally. I would totally do that. Yeah.
I don't know how much he took, but that was billions of dollars. Jeffrey Levitt was it would be like a misdemeanor now. 15 million in debtors' funds.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, come on, that was
positive
funds.
Well, and he probably would have just donated, $1 million to Trump, and he would have gotten pardoned anyway. So
probably
he was in the wrong time era to be bad.
Okay, so Madoff stole approximately $20 billion. They think that the scheme was up to $65 billion.
Wow.
That is a lot of billions of dollars.
It's crazy.
But I still don't know that billions of dollars is enough to throw the entire system out of whack. I think the fact that it was just so much stealing going on that they thought if he's doing it, there's got to be other people that are doing it too. I think that was more so the collapse of the entire banking system. I don't know. What do I know? I'm just a lowly host of the Nice Guys on Business podcast. What the fuck do I know?
What the fuck do we know?
Okay. Anything else that we want to talk about? We've gone about 50 minutes. I know it's a little bit shorter than our normal. We don't have any voicemail, so we really can't. We don't have minutes of time that we can delay.
Talking less than an hour. I don't know.
I mean, we could keep going, but we wouldn't have anything necessarily to talk about. What would you like to talk about?
How's that different from every other minute that we're on the show?
It really is not. It really isn't. All right, let's wrap up. Let's do everybody a favor, including ourselves, and that way we'll wrap up. I'll clean up all my truck parts that are out on my driveway right now, and I'll meet you back at the team meeting in 40 minutes. How about that?
Yeah, and I've got to go pack before Vegas. So
wow. Okay, let's head out of here. Strickland will be back next week. Nobody worry. It is Puppy Love, and it is Donny Osmond. In the meantime, Steve O'Brien. Do you have any opens or closes that would be appropriate for Puppy Love or Donny Osmond?
Wow, I don't think so. I will skim through them and try and figure it out, but nothing is coming to mind.
All right, Steve O'Brien, go ahead and take us out of here.
For the Nice Guys on Business, I'm Steve O'Brien. Fill up your week with the Nice Guys. Well, there's always money in the banana stand.